Good, everybody. What is good, yo? Did Tokyo Ghoul just take it slow for an instance? What the heck? We have multiple characters leaving the area and then coming back later? That's unheard of for this show. Usually they just have them in one fight and kill them off. Like, holy crap. Tokyo Ghoul getting a lot of flack around the world, but at the same time, there's an audience for this. There is people out there, like myself, who just want to see some of these characters that I've already invested, 2 seasons in, and then, came back around and they're all older. So it's like, why, if you like this series, why would you stop watching it, just because of reviews if you did enjoy it without knowing even, what type of hate the show is going to get. So, with that being said, to have, so many people getting to tell their sides of the stories in this episode, it was nice to know that whoever was, feeling the worst about whatever they had done, it turned into them, like getting to repent or at least tell their like be wide open with whatever you're going to go through with in the future because all of these people potentially could be working together very soon, and because of that it puts the notion of if I'm working with you, I wouldn't want to be someone that has a secret from you, and we're going to need to deal with it coming out, with maybe someone. We all know how these anime characters love to get down. If they're in danger or something, they're like, "You would work together with the same woman that killed your father," and then she'd be like, "My father? What? My father? What?" Like, yes, I am the one who killed him, and then they gotta settle it right then and there, or she just has to come to terms with it. Um, but with episodes like this, it feels like they knew something like that could be possible in the future with, the organization being one of the bigger, uh, like people from the organization, I should say, being the threats in this case, that they would have that type of information to know exactly who defeated her because Araman definitely reported it and they even had a funeral for him. So um, it's something that I feel like Toka did on a genius note, just so she doesn't. I mean, if you want to come at her, that was the time to do it. Like you had all the opportunity to, get in your cheap shots or whatever have you. But it also puts in the motion of if she really wants to take that revenge, she could try. She knows everybody. She and Toka even gave her more people that she's taking care of. She's watching over. She's pretty much saying like, if you really are evil, or if you really do want me dead, um, this is your. Now you have all the ammo that you want. Choose who you're going to be. And I thought that was genius. She knows the kids. She knows the main girl who lost her parents that Toka would always protect to the end of the time. And not only that, she knows probably how much she loves, or at least has some types of feeling for Kamiki, how she'll be able to see that she's going to stand by his side through all this different stuff that he's trying to do for the ghouls and humans. Very, very interesting dynamic between the two of them. I never thought in a million years that there would be this type of conversation being had between these people, because man, that was a very, very dark time. Um, Her dad killing two parents, and then her dad dying, and her mom died by a ghoul. Her mom died by one of the strongest ghouls, and her dad died by one of the weakest. Or she's not super duper weak, but by the end of, season one, season two, we knew she wasn't nearly as strong as she could be potentially compared to her brother at least as well. And he was no match for Kamiki whenever he got his upgrade. So I'm just kind of scaling her. She's lower than her brother, but as of now, she hasn't shown too much, and she was pretty much beaten up and battered like everybody was at the CC Corp during the raid and stuff. So you can't really, I can't really give her any more power up. You know, she definitely probably did get stronger, but we just haven't seen any moves or a badass character she's gone against. So with that being said, the last thing, or at least one of the more heavier topics that I want to touch up on is Kamiki. Oh my God. I didn't have the conversation with this guy, but he's definitely a good buddy of mine. And Shy Lion, he really is a huge fan of Kamiki with his black hair, and he's actually a fighter and all this stuff. I am a huge fan of this white hair because this was what broke the mold for this character. This is what showed him that even a no muscle mass, person like him could literally take a whole organization of goals and make them follow as if he was, the owl in where he was, like the old man that, was protecting him since the start of this season one. He all of a sudden was pretty much every move he made, those people were following, and not to mention a guy who was Toka's brother at the same time. Like it just showed him in such a powerful light with the white hair, and then the black hair comes back, and he literally was just a douchebag. He's like, "Oh, so it was my fault this guy died because I wasn't here and he wanted to see me when he was dead. No, you should blame yourself, buddy." It's like, okay, did you forget that this kid just went through the trauma of losing him? And you're just throwing this out there. Got it. So I have a bad image of the black-haired version, but at the same time, there's bad versions of the white-haired version that still I overlook because I enjoyed what he became, and it's almost like the acceptance of Rize at this point because he's fully in control to the point that he's not just eating, he's not just taking himself away from all the people he loves and cares about to protect them from himself, but now he's with them with that same power, controlling it. And you're telling me that's not your favorite Kamiki? Come on, bro. This is your best Kamiki. um, but I don't know what it is about it. But this week with his eye patch, like flowing with some interesting looking colors, almost like as if um, his eye had ascended to a new level or something. Like what's going on with that underneath that eye patch? I know someone in the comments will let me know because I've been growing the tightest community right now on YouTube. Between my community and some of my good friends on here that have really good people watching them, and like commenting and saying their opinions. But with me wanting to know certain things, if those people catch on or catch whiff of what I'm asking, they usually post it in the comments. So if you don't want to be spoiled, watch out for that. But at the same time, if you want to know the same thing I'm asking, this is a good place to be looking. Um, but yeah, so I do not know if that's like an evolved form. I'm probably gonna have that as my title, like, because Kamiki's a god. Um, but overall, man, like to learn about the deaths and just to see how much effort they put into bringing back uh that the girl, the former investor, or she's gonna go back to being like a spy for them or something. I'm not sure where she's really at this point. But to have her here, it just goes to show again like how human Kamiki is, and that he even didn't want someone that pretty much beat the crap out of him and tortured him and stuff. When he came along, like she was beating the crap out of him, like he was afraid of her when he was Hisei. So it's funny to see her, just like getting taken care of so well because that's just who he is. He doesn't mind doing that because he knows it could either benefit him or it's just going to show that much more of his goals of making humans understand that they and ghouls can work together. One of the most touching things too in this episode was just learning about the guy with the glasses. His girlfriend pretty much is the other another organization like some West Wheel Turn or something like that. But she wanted to have a place where ghouls and humans can both be treated, like equally in the hospital of things. Like if I'm a ghoul and I'm bleeding out, or not bleeding out, but there's something wrong with me, someone would come to my aid and help. Or if I'm a ghoul and there's a human in trouble, I can't take her or take them to the hospital because they might be able to sense or see I'm a ghoul or some way or shape, like, oh, eat this, or a knife accidentally drops on me and it doesn't cut me. All those things that tell you're a ghoul. But overall, man, I truly don't know where the whole entire story is going to end up. But at the same time, I can't wait because these are the characters I grew up knowing and loving, in the sense of the arc that they had to go through to where they are now is absolutely nuts. And to think that they're still really going through it and trying to learn and trying to become better is ridiculous. Toka with these kids and actually trying to make up with the person that killed the mother and father of someone she loved dearly. Like, she cared for those people, and you're telling me just because she killed your father for killing them, like, she was wrong, So then what is revenge? What is love? You know what I mean? So they really touched on some tough topics today for this show of the past. And I think that's really smart because the past was something they can't really talk about when you got all this crazy new stuff coming out. So, with all that being said, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul at least. I hope that they did some of you manga fans a little bit more justice, because it felt like a slow episode. Even though the whole goal organization and stuff like that probably wasn't formed in a day, or an episode or a chapter, unless it was. I could be wrong, but it seems like all of this stuff seemingly took time. And if that's the case, I apologize for the people who didn't enjoy. But at the same time, I can't apologize fully because I still enjoyed this episode. I almost felt emotional seeing the two women hugging that both lost their parents to the same type of race that they both supposedly are supposed to despise, and they still choose not to at this point, or they choose not to literally go out of their way to just destroy them all for what they've done. It's a crazy story, man. But yeah, comic, holy crap, he looked beast today. And I think that anger is going to be let out on all of the people who did the One Eye King dirty and made him pretty much just a weapon of mass destruction and didn't believe he could be anything else but that. So we'll see how that all plays out. I can't wait to hear your guys' comments or just see, who enjoyed this episode. And if you guys are watching, that's amazing. Thank you for the support. I will be dropping a Black Clover video soon, so if you want to see that, also make sure you hit that subscribe button and have the notification bell on because it will be out soon. So thank you so much, and peace.